What's up guys, SeanEDawgz here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you a quick and easy guide to do the Ghost and Skulls 2 Easter egg for Rave in the Redwoods. Now to begin with, the machine says 1992. Each of these numbers corresponds to the number of zombies that you have to kill with 4 different traps around the map, 1, 9, 9, and 2. The first trap that you have to use is the log trap, which is over by the mess hall. You must take one zombie, bring him over to the log trap, and make sure it is only one zombie. If it is any more or less, it will not count. You will have to do it again. The next trap that you have to use, and this time you need 9 kills, is the wood chipper, which is right above the rave area near the shooting range and the wall climb. Keep in mind that you do have to do these traps in order, so you must start from the log and go in the order shown in this video. However, if you do mess up, say right here on this wood chipper you accidentally kill 10 or 8 zombies, you don't have to start the cycle of 4 traps over again. You just need to redo those 9 kills with whatever trap that you messed up on. The next trap you must use is right below that wood chipper in this rave area. You must kill 9 zombies again with this trap, and this is probably the easiest one because the zombies dance around a little bit and it gives you some time to count them up. Definitely that wood chipper is the hardest one, so make sure you have 9. The last trap is the Waterfall Trap, which is right outside the spawn area. If you take the back door instead of the front door, it's in between the spawn cabin and the mess hall. This is actually the trap I messed up on because this waterfall trap does last a long time. I let the zombies get too close before I activated it, so it lasted into the next round and killed some of the spawn zombies right when the round started. Now if you do this correctly, you will have to wait 15 to 30 seconds, but it will give you that familiar Ghosts and Skulls sound cue to let you know that you've done this correctly, and then you should see 1 skull on the machine. Once you complete the round that you got the skull in, you can go into rave mode and go back up to the machine and you will see a symbol. You need to memorize this symbol because you will have to look for it around the map, and there are 9 different spawn locations. It will only be in one of these locations. It is different every time and the symbol that you see is different every time, so you need to make sure you're paying attention on this step. So the first location is on Turtle Island. If you don't know how to build the boat, I have a guide to that, link will be in the description, but right there in that window is where one of the symbols will spawn. Then you take your zip line. Another one is right here in this boathouse. Just pay attention to where I'm shooting. Those are the locations. A third one is right there in that buoy, in that shack. So then you make your way back to the spawn cabin and you go underground where the power room is, and in this window against that wall you will see your 4th location. So you go back up, go out the back door, and the mess hall is location number 5, right in that urinal. Then you continue down the path to the right, and in this swamp area right here on that rock is another location. So you go through Camp Wolf, you go along this very long path, and right here in this cabin along the back wall is your 7th location. There are 2 more to go. You come out into the rave area and you can see it from up here on the top of that middle tree is another location, and the last one is just across in this archery range. I don't know exactly what tree it is on, but it's very bright. You'll see it. Again, you need to be in rave mode to see these, and once you aim in at the symbol, it will enlarge and then disappear, and you will hear the noticeable sound, and you are done with the 2nd step. Now the 3rd step is extremely easy. You just go into the basement and you play this little mini game, the throwing knife mini game that gives you points. You have 6 chances to hit the skull, and if you miss, you will have to start another round to get 6 more tries. Now this 4th step is the hardest and most time consuming one, and this is why I told you to pay attention to those locations earlier. So first off, big thanks to Glitching Queen for finding this out. You basically need to go to those 9 locations again and spell out skull. You have to do it in order, so that first symbol you're looking for is that A. The route that I showed you is the best one to run, so just keep topping off your rave meter whenever you've been in it for like a minute. Hold X on a group of fairies to get more. You don't have to do this all in one rave mode, and you can even die in the middle of it. That happened to me, and I just continued where I left off. I found the last 2. I was in a different round and a different rave mode, and it still counted. So I guess it just counts the first 5 symbols that you aim at. But once you do manage to find all the symbols and spell out skull, you can move on to the 5th step. The first time I attempted this, I failed miserably. I was using a Volk. It was very difficult to aim. A bunch of skulls are going to pop up on your screen. You're going to have to shoot them all before they rise up to a certain level. If they get too high, they'll turn red and then disappear, and you will have to do it again. can do this as many times as you want. There is no limit per round, but you will have to wait for the boat every time, which can get a little bit annoying. So I immediately traded in my Volk for the NV4 and did it my first time after, because this gun's just really accurate and made the whole thing a lot easier. Once you finish this step, you are ready to go into the Ghost and Skulls machine. However, you will need the Ben Franklin upgraded bow to shock the machine, and then all players in the game, if you're on co-op, must hold X or square at the same time, and you will be launched into the Ghost and Skulls machine. Now, if you do not know how to make or upgrade bows or have no idea what I'm talking about, links will be down in the description below on how to both get the bow and upgrade it. Now, this game isn't rocket science. You suck up a colored ghost with the left trigger and you shoot it by letting go. You just need to hit the correct colored skull with the correct colored ghost. However, if you do accidentally hit a skull with a wrong colored ghost, it will turn red and begin to launch into the back of the room. And if it makes it into the back, you will have lost one of your 3 lives. And if you lose all 3, it will exit you out of the machine, and to get back in, you need to use another arrow to shock it. You do have a little bit of a safety net, however. If one of the skulls turns red and starts approaching the back of the room, you can try to grab a red ghost and launch it at the skull before it reaches the back, and you will not lose one of your 3 lives. There are 3 waves of this little mini game. This second wave does get a little bit harder. After around 30 seconds, the skulls will turn around and you will not be able to see the color, which complicates things a little bit, but it turns back around so you can see it again in another 30 seconds. So you can basically just memorize where like 5 or 6 skulls are and shoot those while the tiles aren't facing you. The third and final wave, however, is a complete nightmare. The pattern starts to shift around a little bit. They really do try to confuse you, and after around 15 to 20 seconds, this one turns around and it never shows you what it looks like again. You will just have to guess. So what I did fail this around 3 times and had to go back into the machine. I just took a screenshot and looked at the screenshot while I was shooting, because otherwise it's almost impossible. There's no way you can memorize all the locations of those skulls, and you will fail every single time. Once you do manage to finally win, you will gain access to every single perk in the game. And there's something else that it does that is really cool in co-op. In co-op, when you die and you're sent back to the arcade, you can play mini games to fill your soul power bar, and you can do that indefinitely. Normally you cannot, but once you complete this mini game, you can do it indefinitely and get revived as soon as your soul power bar is full, instead of waiting until the end of the round. But anyways, that is going to wrap it up for this guide. If you did find it helpful and enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, comment down below with any thoughts or questions you may have, and as always, subscribe to the channel if you are new for some more great videos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.